versus Beyonce singing Single Ladies. Because would you look at that?
Marnie?
The Browns are being, Marnie. The Browns are being counted out yet again. Nearly 10-point road underdogs. But not to worry, says Jarvis Landry. This team has wholeheartedly embraced that role. Take a listen.
Maybe it's been, the thing around the Browns. I mean, nobody really wants to play for the Browns in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So I think when I got here, I mean, I always understood that we were going to always be the underdog. We was going to always be the team that everybody expected to, lose the game or whatever it was. So I think now that guys just don't pay attention to it. We know what we got. We know who we are. And we've been ignoring the noise.
Well, Brian Westbrook back with us now. Brian, are you surprised the Cleveland Browns are such big underdogs against the Chiefs this Sunday?
Well, Jenna, to be honest with you, I'm not surprised at all. We all know who they're going up against. They're going up against one of the best quarterbacks, the second best quarterback in the NFL right now, a Super Bowl team, a Super Bowl winner from the last season, and they're well rested. We all understand that. So to me, I'm not surprised that the Browns are underdogs in this way. And I think what Jarvis Landry is saying is almost what Chase Claypool as well as Juju Smith-Schuster were saying the last couple of weeks, that the Browns have been the Browns. They haven't been to the playoffs since 2002. They haven't had a double-digit win season since 2007. So the expectation there for the Browns as well as their opponents is not very high. But listen, they're underdogs in this way because they're playing against the Kansas City Chiefs. But this is what I know. There is a path to victory for the Cleveland Browns, and there are three things that they have to do. Number one, they have to make the game dirty. It can't be a 7-on-7 game for Patrick Mahomes. He has to be able to move around. You have to get him off his spot. You have to mix your blitz up. You have to play a little bit man-to-man. You also have to rush 3 and drop 8. If you can do that, hopefully you can confuse Patrick Mahomes a little bit to make him work just in things like that. The second thing, that every possession you have to get at least 2 first downs. And the reason I say that is because when you get 2 first downs, let's say you started the 20 or the 25, now you get the ball around the 40, 45, and now you can play the field position game. If you don't get any first downs, now you're playing from the inside the 20, and the Chiefs have to go only 60 yards to score, right? You don't want to do that because they're too good offensively to do that. So if you get those 2 first downs, now you move the ball to around the 40 or so, and then you can kick the ball deep into the Chiefs' territory and force them to have to go 80, 85 yards every single possession. That gives you a little bit of an advantage on the defensive side. And last but not least, you need touchdowns versus field goals. And this actually goes back to the point before about as far as moving the ball and getting the 2 first downs. You're going to have to score touchdowns to beat this football team. You're not going to be able to go field goal in order to beat the Chiefs. We know that they can score points in a hurry. But here's the other part, Brandon, and I think this is just as important. If you get those 2 first downs, I may not punt in this game. If I'm around the 50-yard line, I'm not going to be in a situation where I'm comfortable punting the ball to Patrick Mahomes in that offense. I'm going for it in almost every 4th down, especially if it's short, 4th and manageable, or I'm not backed up in my own territory.
Nice.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good game, B. And I don't want to spend too much time on the game because you just did a great job there. I think this matchup is going to be interesting. And I think that the Chiefs, they need to take this team for real, and I think they will. They got the leaders in that locker room. They got the coaches that will definitely have the right approach. But Jarvis Landry, oh, my goodness, this dude is the man. We've been talking a lot about the change, the culture change in Cleveland and Kevin Stefanski, and we've been giving him all the praise. This shift started when the Miami Dolphins traded him to Cleveland. This is the guy who started this culture change. Go back to Hard Knocks. Look at his practice habits. Do you remember the moment in the wide receiver room where he called out all the guys and he said, if you're not willing to pay through pain, if you're not willing to give it your all, then get out of here. Do y'all remember that moment? This is the guy that changed everything in Cleveland, started that. So we got to give this guy praise. We got to highlight what he's done for this organization, because you need that dude in that locker room and on that practice giving it every single day, no matter what happens, Wilds.
Okay. I think Chiefs are ripe for the takedown. Here's why. Not only are they big favorites, not only are they talking trash unnecessarily,
Nice.
Not only is it Mahomes has been resting for 20 days, which for the record, if you're wherever job you have, hey, guess what? You're off till February. Are you going to come in, be ready to go? Hey, I'm ready to go. I'm new orthodontist. Like, uh-oh. No, those braces are going to be a little bit off for all the orthodontists out there. Here's the other reason. You guys been flirting with disaster. You've been flirting with disaster. You know what? Time to get married. You lost to the Chargers, even though we burnt that tape. No one talks about it anymore. Here's one. Oh, that's an interception. That's just an interception that A.J. Terrell dropped. That game would have been a loss. And here's the other one with the Saints. The old touchdown turned into a safety because it's like a little like a greased pig. Nobody can catch it. This could have been a touchdown, and this would have lost in the game. And I know, the game we would have played differently. Regardless, that's 5 points that the Saints didn't get. They ended up losing by less than 5 points. So Nick, I'm just saying that game, like Brian said, it got a little ugly. One of these mistakes, just like the Steelers have mistakes, the Browns capitalize on it. Uh-oh, Chiefs in trouble. You might have to put your Browns jersey on. Apologize to all your fans in Cleveland.
Okay. I got a major announcement about the Browns in a moment, but first, hold on, don't take this off. What are y'all doing? Just wait a second here. I have to address what Wild said. We'll show that in a second. This narrative that the Chiefs have had close calls, they're lies.